Welcome back. You are watching MyAirMyles, and today we're doing something a little bit different. My wife's Ford Fiesta Mk7 is over 10 years old, and when I have to drive it, it has a key component of modern day driving missing that I just couldn't live with anymore. So I decided that what we're going to do is that we're going to rip out her old tiny screen that just has the Ford Sync system on it, and we're going to implement and put a Android Auto and CarPlay touchscreen in so that we can connect it automatically to our phones and use Google Maps and things like this for navigation without having to have anything attached to the windscreen. Let me quickly show you what the current setup is, and then we'll get on with the retrofit. This is the first time I'm doing this, so it could all go wrong, and this could be a very terrible video. So as you can see, it currently has this tiny screen here that doesn't have any kind of interaction on it apart from setting up the car, and you can choose a Bluetooth connection or a radio connection, something like that. And then it has the Sony sound system. Now in the Mk7 Fiesta, the Sony sound system is actually a problem when trying to do this kind of retrofit. You do need to buy an adapter because the standard Android and CarPlay systems that you can buy from AliExpress don't typically support this system. So it was a bit of a nightmare trying to do my research. However, I have finally found one that will work with this system. I also haven't seen very many videos out there showing you how to do a retrofit on this system in the Ford Fiesta Mk7. So that's why I thought there'd be value in showing you this today. Let's start tearing it down. So they did send me these tools, which are used for prying things open. I know that there are 2 clips at the front, 2 clips at the side, and 2 clips at the back. Let's try and go ahead and pry this open. That's one. That feels like 2. Doesn't matter if I break these clips because the new system that's going in doesn't require this fitting. 5 minutes later, I'm still fighting with this thing. I have just consulted another YouTube video which has advised that you should pry the back ones up first. There's not really a ton of leverage back here. Oh, there we go. That's that back. That's the right back end done. There we go. 1 to go. There we go. I'm not a professional. That has come off, and we still have all of the clips. Bloody hell, these are metal. Intact. The next step, it said, actually was to pop this bit down. Oh, that was way easier. Okay. Now I am following a tutorial that the Alibaba guys gave me. So let me just double check everything. Okay, so the next step is to remove these 4 screws, the black ones with the Torx. I have a Torx T20 here, and that seems to be just the job. Okay, so actually this car is slightly different. Again, as I said, it has the Sony system, so the key instructions are not actually perfect. It's the 2 bolts here, this bolt, silver bolt, and that bolt, and then the 2 screws, but these all have to come out as well because this screen has to come out. So you're gonna have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 out here as well to get this screen to come out. I'm gonna have to go and get a wrench to take these bolts out. So, turns out, just put your 2 hands underneath here and kind of apply some forward pressure towards you, and the whole system just kind of slides forward. So don't try prying anywhere else, you might end up breaking something. Let's pull this forward now and see that there is this cable. So we'll go ahead and take this cable out just now, which frees this up completely. Put that up there. I'm going to take these 2 screws out that I mentioned are holding the screen in, because I think there may be something under there that's holding the main unit in. It might just be in a push pop. So it could be a case of just pulling it out. Yeah, there we go. So that comes out, and round the back we see there's a bunch of stuff plugged in there. Okay, so I have prepped this now to be video ready. So there's this cable, that's one, and then there's these two, the black and white one there, and then I will just take that last one out, which I forgot to make video ready. Okay, and that's that unit out. In true Chinese fashion, they haven't given me enough screws, so I'm just going to do one here and then one diagonally opposite. Okay. So let's see if I can identify what all these cables are first. Okay, so I've been doing some messing around, and since I'm going to be using the T-Link app on it, which is what connects it to the phone, I don't think I need the GPS, I don't think I need the 4G, so I'm going to take both of those out, and then I do need to figure out how to connect it to the sound system and the Kanban. That's going to be the next thing I need to try and figure out, because whilst the screen is now powering on, and I also connected the power cable here to the big power cable coming from the car, but I have USB cables that don't seem to connect and a bunch of speaker cables there that haven't connected to any of the speakers. So I need to figure out which color pairs with which color in the car to try and get some audio. Once I figure all of that out, I will come back to you. Now, since you last saw me, I have disconnected the two USBs, the GPS, the 4G, and the big speaker wire, this one, because you don't need any of that with the Sony system. It all just goes through these few cables. So let me disconnect all of this, feed it all back through the shroud, and then I'll show you me connecting it all back in. Okay, so now I'm going to feed all these cables in through the shroud and then connect them all back up again. Hopefully without doing too much damage to my new shroud. So you can see how long this has taken me. The sun is now setting. But we'll get this done before sunset. I've put 4 screws in the back of the screen, which connects it into its holder. And all the cables are hanging at the bottom. As I say, for the Sony system, it appears you only need the Kanban connected, the big power, the connection to the Sony system, and the radio. So let's go ahead and connect those 3 cables up, and then we'll clip all this into place, and that should be us done. So as I said, we need to put this one in here, and it really doesn't want to go. So that's the cable from the screen. Clip that clip over the top. Then you need the big power cable, which likes to hide down the bottom. This one. That will connect in to the big power connector. And then you need the black radio antenna. There's a white and a black antenna here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a white and a black radio antenna. Connect the black one to the black radio antenna from under here. There we go. That's that connected in now. And that should be everything. So make sure it's all snug. Put the clips in to the clips and snug it down into the clips. And there you have it. One installed Android Auto screen. It's powered up. I have tried to tell it to auto start. There we go. It's auto starting to the T-Link app, which is the app that connects to your phone. And so there we go. We have a full Android Auto touch screen that will connect to my phone and play music. It's worth mentioning how to connect your steering wheel. So as I say, once you've put in that small rectangle and you've made sure the other connections are correct from it, then you can go to the steering wheel option, and then you hit start. You tap on the button you want to set, and then you press the button on the steering wheel. Volume down and skip forward and back is also working. So I don't know how much of that was usable and if I'll get a good video out of this. I plugged in a lot of things at the beginning that I didn't need, and there was a bit of troubleshooting required there. However, we got there in the end. It all seems to be working, and I hope that that has proven useful to somebody out there, because retrofitting one of these screens to a Fiesta with the Sony sound system is a non-standard setup, and sometimes you do have to buy the extra connection as well. So I wanted to show you how that is done. If it helped you out, please do subscribe, like, and hype the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. This is Dana's first reaction. What do you think?
That's much bigger than what I expect.
Yeah, it's bigger than I thought. I thought I had bought the one that recessed further in, so it would be lower down. But they sent this one, and I'm not returning it back to China. And you need to connect to Fiesta. Okay, so now hit the 4 dots. And hit T-Link 5, it's the bottom middle one. And there you go. Now don't open Waze, open anything but Waze, because I don't want to give my location away.
Yeah.
So, no, it's a touchscreen, Dana.
Okay, true. So we have YouTube.
So, what do you think?
Nice.
You like it?
Oh yeah, it's nice.
Great.